Yo, yo, yo. What's going on? Are we live? I think we are live. I think we are live. Hope y'all are doing good. We are back from the international break. On to another Serie R stream. Let me just make sure that everything is on and active. I was hoping I could at least be a tad little bit early before, maybe like 10 minutes before the game starts. But unfortunately, that really couldn't be the case for me. I couldn't be too early. Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't be active as the stream started. I've just realized my slideshow is going a little bit too quickly here. Okay, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's good. All right, so we're going into another watch along today. Hopefully, today is going to be a lot more goal heavy as compared to the last watch along we did. We did the Juve versus AC Milan watch along, and it was pretty good. It was a good analysis, a good first stream. A little bit of bugs left and right, but I think we're going to be able to solve those issues in today's stream. I'm confident of that. So, really looking forward to this. Excited about this. Excited to see what Roma and Inter are up to this season. Actually, I didn't even know Roma were doing so good. They're third in the league. As we have a look at the league table before the game starts, Roma are third in the league, which is actually a surprise to me. I wasn't aware of that. Apparently, they're doing pretty well. They're doing pretty well in the league. I mean, Roma are first, actually. As it stands at the moment, if Roma were to win this game, they will top the league. So, as it stands at the moment, a draw and a win keeps Roma at the top of takes Roma to the top of the league, or maintains Roma at the top of the league at the moment, because I think Napoli lost to, was it Torino? I think Napoli lost to Torino. So, at the moment, if this game ends a draw for Roma, I think the game hasn't really started, so it's going to be 1 point for Roma, making it 16 points. And then if they get 3 points, obviously, they're going to be at the top of the table. It's not showing live here on SofaScore, but at the moment, Napoli have dropped points, and then Roma are on top. I think I don't know what they are on top with, because the goal difference is almost the same thing, +5 for both teams. But on FootMob, it's different. On SofaScore, it's different, which is what we have for our league table in today's watch along. It's different for SofaScore. So looking forward to this match. Actually, if Inter get 3 points, I think they do go top. So this is a 6-pointer, to be honest. This is a good 6-pointer game, and I think, seeing as this is going to be a match against two teams that are fighting for the top of the league at the moment, it's going to be an interesting match, I believe. I really do think so, because if Inter win, they go top of the league with goal difference. If Roma win, they go top of the league with actual points, and I think they go 3 points top of the league. So it's a big 6-pointer. Big 6-pointer. Yeah, actually, if Roma win this game, they maintain the top of the league, because they can go up 3 points. Juve will win, and they'll be 3 points behind Roma. If Juve win, they'll be 3 points behind Roma. Okay, if Milan win. So I think Roma needs to win this game if they want to go, have a spots in the top, and hopefully AC Milan lose. That's what Roma fans would probably be looking at going into this game. But I haven't even talked about the lineups of both teams. I'm probably going to mention names I do not know. I'm probably going to see some players that I do not know. But some familiar faces that we have are going to be going from Roma to Inter Milan. We have Paulo Dybala, a name that we've probably all heard of. Actually, I just realized I'm not even looking at chat, which is probably not a good thing. It's not a good thing to not be looking at chat. So give me a second as I get my chat up. I'm sure I've got some chats and I've not been reading them. Welcome to anyone viewing the channel for the first time. If you do like the content, you do like the watch along, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and if you want to be chat disabled for this live stream, hold on now. That's not what we're trying to do. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me just, still, a little bit new to the live stream stuff. Made for, oh no, sorry. My bad. I don't know why it has been tagged as made for kids. That was not the plan. Please do not do that because I want to be able to communicate with the audience. All right, we're kicked off. Oh my God, we're kicked off and my timer isn't up. This is why you don't do two things at the same time. I have our timer up now. We're a little bit behind. Like what? 10 seconds behind. Don't worry. We'll get it. Quite literally, I am a little bit behind because I started later. All right, I think we're okay. All right, I've got my chat going on. All right, sorry about that. I have my chat going on. I just wanted to make sure my chat was going on. That's the important thing because you guys are y'all are the important ones, Y'all are the important ones. All right, so the game has been kicked off. We are a little bit behind in terms of timer, but it's not really gonna matter much. My commentary is gonna be ahead, even though my timer might be behind. No issues there. I'm wishing that we're going to be able to change the timer today because in the Juventus AC Milan match, we weren't able to change the timer, which was unfortunate. So hopefully we get to do that in today's game. So as I was saying, I was reading out the team when I got heavily distracted by trying to fix up my chat and, get things working. So in the AS Roma team, if you're not watching the game live and you are using my watch along as a means to, see what's going on in the game, I do appreciate that actually if you are doing that. But if you are not watching the game live, Roma have Gianno Piero Gasperini as their coach, obviously. They have Dybala up top, Pellegrini, Sula, who is actually their top goal scorer and top assist, so top goal contributor, Sula. Shelik, I think that's how his name is pronounced. Shelik on the right back side. Give me a second here. Inter on the attack. Good cross into the box. No one there to attack it. So Roma have Shelik on the right hand side. Kone, Cristante in the middle. Wesley on the left hand side of the flying wingbacks. Hermoso from, Atletico Madrid. Mancini and Indica at the back three. And Svila as the goalkeeper for the Romans in today's game. And for Inter Milan, I don't know why Thuram is not playing, so I believe he is injured. Okay, unfortunate for Inter Milan. Thuram is injured, unfortunately for them, but they do have Boni, Martinez up top, DeMarco at left back, Mkhitaryan, Çalhanoğlu and Barella as their midfield three, and Dumfries as their right wing back, Akanji, Acerbi, and Bastoni as their solid back three. So both teams kind of playing a similar formation in terms of how they are attempting to approach the game. Both teams playing a three back, Inter Milan going with two forwards and Roma going with one forward. Paulo Dybala, an experienced player that I think has been unfortunate in his career path and how his career has gone. I think he has been very unfortunate. There was a point where he was up there with some of the best players in the world, especially when it came to Serie A. He was definitely up there. And then, the career kind of went a little bit downhill. Looking at the era he was playing in and the players he played with, you would be a little bit surprised finding out that he hasn't won the Champions League, one of the competitions that I think has eluded him, unfortunately. Roma on the counter-attack here, Wesley from the left wing back position makes a run and an early yellow card for Lautaro Martinez. Kind of unexpected. I didn't think that was a yellow card. Didn't think that was a yellow card for Lautaro Martinez, but it's an early booking for the Argentinian on that's a very soft yellow card. That's a very soft yellow card for Lautaro on Wesley. Very, very soft yellow card. And I mean, he is a striker, so he's not really going to be getting himself in a position where he would be making a lot of fouls. But it still does make you wary, though. It still does make you wary. Roma with a free kick opportunity to put a ball into the box. Dybala does that. Not the best of deliveries. Yeah, as I was saying with Dybala, I think he has been very unlucky in his career path in terms of where what he could have achieved with the players he had. I mean, Dybala played with one of the best, not the best, but one of the best Juventus teams we've seen with Buffon, Mandzukic, Douglas Costa, Sami Khedira, Matuidi in the midfield, Bonucci, Cellini, like these were solid Juventus players, and Dybala was a key player in that. Boni threw on goal for Inter Milan. Is he offside? I don't think he is. It's a goal, I think. Is it offside? I don't think it's offside. It's a goal for Inter Milan. A very, very early and unexpected goal. I don't even know what happened. It seemed like the Roma defense just went to bed, to be very honest with you. It seems like they went to bed because Boni gets a really good ball. He looked like he was in an offside position. He gets a very good ball through on goal. Let's have a look here. Oh, I think that's going to be checked by VAR because that looked very, very close. The Roma defender, I think Indica, tried to play an offside trap for Boni, and if it didn't work, I think they will be checking this on VAR. I'm not really sure, but Indica tried to play an offside trap for Boni, and it was atrocious. And it was an atrocious attempt of an offside trap, and yeah, it led to Boni running through one-on-one. I mean, his approach to scoring the goal was a little bit, iffy because he did have a heavy touch. But nonetheless, it is 1-0. It is 1-0 for Inter Milan, and it makes the game interesting. It really does. It makes the game interesting because they are the away team, so you'd expect them to, you'd want them to score first so that they don't, defend the whole game when Roma are attacking. But I mean, Roma at the moment, they've lost possession a lot. They seem to have an issue maintaining possession because Inter on the attack here again. A lovely cross into the box. Goes all the way to the left-hand side of the field. And it's a corner, I believe, for Inter Milan. Good goal from Boni. Cross in for Inter. Nothing comes off it. I think Roma probably coming into this game. I mean, coming into this game, they were in a better position than Inter, to be honest. So if you're Gasperini, you'd be wanting the players to be taking this a lot more seriously than they are. I mean, Inter are a tough opponent to come up against in this Serie A, but they were still in a better position coming into this game. So you'd expect that. Boni's actually pretty good. Haven't watched him at all. Can't even tell you what he's all about. I can't even tell you what Boni is all about because I haven't watched a single second of Boni in Serie A. So don't know what he's all about at all. But he scored a good goal, Scored a good goal. And Oh, lovely flick from Lautaro. Back to Bonnie, but doesn't get that. Inter still with the ball. Roma are finding it very difficult to get a hold on the ball. It's a good cross into the box. Barella coming in with all his momentum. Çalhanoğlu. He can hit one. He can hit one from distance, Çalhanoğlu. He really can. Tried one from like 30 yards. Very difficult to hit that, but he did try it though. Oh, I just realized we don't have the stats for the game. We just have the league table, which is not what we want. We want stats. We want the statistics. Can I get a statistics of the game, please? Okay. For some reason, I cannot get my stats on. Very strange, this. Statistics. Okay. Good. We like our statistics up here. We really do. We really do. All right. Roma need to slowly build into this game. I haven't seen anything from Roma that convinces me that they can get something. They have lost the possession a lot. Sula, who is basically their best player, loses the ball badly. You'd expect better from him, but unfortunately, not. If you're watching and you're new to the channel, you don't know the contents that we do. We do football analysis, we do match reactions, and we're starting to do watch-alongs. We're going to be doing a lot more watch-alongs tomorrow. We're going to be doing the Como versus Juventus match. I think that's going to be pretty interesting. I'm doing that match mainly to have my eye on Nico Pass, because I think he's going to be a really, really good player in the future. So you're going to be doing that watch along as well. If you do want to watch more content, you want to have a look at the contents that we do on this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and like the watch along if you are enjoying the content. We've recently just done a Once to Watch episode, which is a series where we do take a look at young upcoming players and prospects that have the potential to make it big. And we analyze their game and compare them to the established players in the system of football. And, you know, we make that prediction. We recently, yesterday, I think, released an episode on Malik Fofana at Lyon, a player that I think has the potential to be one of the best. I mean, he's got that Lamine Yamal potential, I believe, Malik Fofana. And if you do want to check out that video and, you know, get a little bit of information on what Malik Fofana is all about, make sure to check that. It's on the channel. You can check that. And yeah, I think you will enjoy it. I really do. It's the type of video I think football fans will appreciate, in the sense that, you know, underrated player. I don't know what is wrong with my stats today. So SofaScore, I believe. SofaScore is it's not doing me good today in terms of stats. I would like my stats to be showing and not this. What is going on here? To be real with you, why is this showing here? Oh, it's an ad. Oh, goodness gracious me. Adverts. So much adverts, man. This happened in the Juve watch along. A lot of adverts, and it was refreshing the statistics. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about the match going on, if you are watching the match, or if you have any questions you want to ask me in the live chat, feel free to do so. I am ready and willing to answer questions that I do have the answers to. If I don't have the answers to that, I will let you know. If I do have the answers to that, I'll try my best to give you the answers. Football related, life related, I don't know. Any sorts of questions. Roma slowly passing the ball around. I think they're slowly starting to build up the possession numbers. They're doing that, you know. I think they've got a lot more possession than Inter, but they've lost the ball in a dangerous position. Lautaro Martinez, I believe. No, it wasn't. It was Mkhitaryan. Sky that. over the crossbar. Roma playing with fire a little bit, trying to. I think Roma they're a little bit lethargic in terms of how they're approaching the game. You can see that hesitation to make a pass. Instead of a one-time pass, they're making a touch, having that extra touch that's not necessary, and it's leading to them losing the possession a lot of times. They've lost the ball too many times, and it will hurt them when they're coming up against a clinical side like Inter Milan. It will hurt them. Okay. EPL match reactions today. FGH, I will make a video on the Premier League matches today. I mean, so much happened today. City winning against Everton was expected, but Haaland is just I think Haaland is so hold on here and turn the attack. I think that is Bonnie still with it. A lovely hold up to give that to Dumfries. Horrible cross from Dumfries. Bonnie did very well to hold up that ball and lay it off to Dumfries, but Dumfries did atrociously when it came to laying the ball off. But yeah, as I was saying, a lot happened in the Premier League today. I think Haaland is just a different beast when it comes to strikers. I mean, I think we're starting to see Dortmund Haaland, where he didn't just rely on chances. He could create his own chances as well. So I think we're starting to see that more. Now that Pep's system is a little bit, flawed with the lack of creative players such as Kevin De Bruyne or Gundogan, those type of players. You can see the lack. There's a lack in terms of the creativity in players. So we're seeing Haaland more active in the transition. I mean, Haaland has always been a good transition player, up there with, I think next to Kylian Mbappe, Haaland is probably the best transition forward out there. And, we're starting to see that a lot more. He's playing more transition football. He's, doing very well when it comes to moving the ball around, holding up the ball and all of that stuff. We weren't really seeing much from him. Even in his early days in Manchester City, we weren't seeing that much from Haaland when it came to transition play. He was mainly being fed by other players in the team, and he was getting goals off of that. And I think we're seeing more Dortmund Haaland, where he's tracking back, getting the ball from behind, doing stuff like that. So it's making him more dangerous. I mean, he's always got that, and it's good to see that more, because I was seeing conversations online with people comparing Isak. I mean, Isak is a good striker, don't get me wrong. Isak is a great striker, but Haaland is just a different beast. I mean, we're talking of a generational goal scorer, and Isak is good, but he's not Haaland. I really do think so. So, as I said, a whole lot has happened in the Premier League just today. Tomorrow is going to be probably more hectic with the Liverpool versus Manchester United game coming up. It's probably going to be a lot more hectic. So, it's going to be a different video on its own. So yeah, look out for that. Look out for that, definitely. But yeah, that's my thought process. I think too much has happened for me to make like different videos. I'm just going to combine it into one, and then we will move from there. Game getting a little bit balanced here between Roma and Inter. Inter have slowed down a little bit in their aggressiveness, and I think Roma have started to build up in the game a little bit more. Nothing dangerous from them so far, Roma, but hopefully we could get that. Thoughts about Anne Sacken? It was expected, very expected. I think probably the most predictable sack you've ever seen in the Premier League. It was so predictable that Ange was going to get sacked. Like, he was playing horribly. Like, it was never going to work with Ange, because I mean the type of football Nottingham Forest play and Ange wants to play, it's like night and day. It was so different, and it was so obvious that Ange was going to get sacked. You could probably ask yourself, why did the owner go for Ange? I mean, the sacking of Nuno would probably be it's probably one of the worst decisions we've seen in the Premier League in terms of manager sacking. Lovely control from Mkhitaryan. Can he lay that off? He can give that to DeMarco. Dumfries is making a run for Inter Milan here. Dumfries still with it. He's on the left-hand side now, transitioning from a free kick for Roma. It kind of makes a mess of the opportunity. But yeah, as I was saying, I think the Nuno sacking was such a bad decision. It's gonna haunt the Nottingham Forest manager, especially if they get knocked out of the European football, because that was the main reason he went in for Ange. He went in for Ange because he was like, we Ange won the Europa League, although I think, to be honest, looking at this as an overall decision is so strange, because you look at Ange winning the Europa League with Spurs. Spurs arguably have better players than Nottingham Forest. So even if Ange played horribly, which he did play horribly in, with Spurs last season. Even if Ange played horribly with Spurs, he still had the quality where he can, they can compensate for the fact that he's playing horribly, or he's coaching them horribly, and still win a final. Nottingham Forest don't have that quality. Nottingham Forest don't have the quality of a Richarlison, a player like Bergvall, a player like Vicario, a player like Brennan Johnson, a player like Solanke, a player like Pape Matar Sarr. Like, these are Romero, Van der Veen. Like, Nottingham Forest don't have these quality players. So for the Nottingham Forest manager to look at Ange at Spurs and think, okay, he's going to be able to replicate what he did at Spurs at Nottingham Forest, it's so weird. So weird. So I think he's going to regret that decision of sacking Nuno, but let's see who he picks next. I heard he's looking at Mancini. I mean, from Nuno to Ange to Mancini, so weird, and I think it's gonna lead to players not trusting the ownership. I think we should be expecting players like Anderson, Gibbs White, Murillo. These players, I think you'd be expecting them to leave next season. Entering the attack here, DeMarco plays a good cross into the box, but it's a good interception from the Roma defender, number 22, I believe. Another opportunity. Mkhitaryan puts a cross into the box. Not enough power on that. Inter are adding to the attack. Definitely doing that, Inter. They are trying to look for that second goal. I think Roma have been having a look at the stats here. Roma expected goals after 20 minutes, which is not a lot of time, but it is good time where you could have expected them to have at least a shot. The stats are not going in Roma's favor. 0.10 xG, 0 big chances, 2 shots, 1 corner kick. They're even down with passes. 98 to Inter Milan's 126. It's very not in Roma's favor at all, and they seem to be lost, to be honest, in this game. I mean, shots in the game. Let's go to the shots. Total shots for Roma the whole game. 2 shots, 0 on target. 1 off target. It's honestly looking very bad for Roma. Hopefully they can improve on that, because again, if you're not aware, let's have a look at the league table. If you're not aware, if Roma were to draw or get 3 points in this game, they go top of the table before AC Milan can play their game. And potentially, if they do win that as well, they also go top of the table, Milan. But Roma would be second and 1 point behind AC Milan if they win their game. So if Roma win this game, AC Milan win their game, Roma goes second and AC Milan go first. But if Roma win this game, and they just have to do their part, and Milan, hopefully they lose. If you're a Roma fan, that's what you'd be thinking. Hopefully AC Milan lose, and then Roma are top of the league with 3 points, leading everyone with basically 3 points. So it's kind of not a must-win game, but it's a game you should be getting. You should be wanting a result if you're a Roma fan, because it puts them in a very, very good position, extremely good position. But it doesn't look like they want it. I will be honest with you. It does not look like they want it. I believe Evan Ferguson is in Roma. Am I getting my bearings right? I believe Evan Ferguson is in Roma. On the bench, he is in Roma. Is he on loan? Someone let me know in the chat if Evan Ferguson is on loan in Roma. I think he is. FG8 says he's on loan. All right. I'll take your word for it. I will take your word for it. Oh, Roma's got some good players on the bench. Devine Rent, Baldanzi, Dovbik, Ferguson, Leon Bailey. Some decent players. Some decent players on the bench. First corner for Roma in the entire game. 25 minutes. 25 minutes, and this is the first corner for Roma. Kind of disappointing. They are the home team, so you would expect them to be doing something. But I would like to see a goal from Roma here. Good cross into the box from Paulo Dybala, but Ndika cannot get enough on that to direct it goalwards. Gasperini in Roma. Didn't even know when he left Atalanta to go to Roma. He's a good coach. He is a good coach, Gasperini. But yeah, I think so far so good. Inter have been the better team. Roma have been iffy, and they need to improve massively. I think going forward, they have been very, very quiet. For the home team, they have allowed Inter to control the tempo of this game very, very much. They have really allowed Inter to control the tempo of this game. You'd expect a lot more from the home team, being Roma here. I think a Roma goal would really help this game, because if we're approaching the second half and Inter, I mean they've literally won the ball here. They're on the attack. Bani, backflip to Çalhanoğlu. He can hit one, attempts to, but a little bit over the bar. Oh no, Mkhitaryan, not Çalhanoğlu. Maybe that's why it was over the bar. Mkhitaryan is not the best long-range shooter. But yeah, I do think if Inter get that second goal, you can kind of see them defending that lead, So I think if you're AS Roma, there is still a lot of time. We have like 15 minutes to the end of the first half. So if you're AS Roma, you would want to get that equalizer before the second half kicks in, so that you have something to go for in the second half. Again, a draw is a good result for Roma, by the way. A draw takes Roma to the top of the league. So getting that equalizer before the second half should be what would be on Gasperini's mind. Because I think going 1-0 down into the second half as the home team does tank morale a little bit. And Inter do have a solid defensive line. They can play a back five if need be. And so far, Roma haven't looked capable of breaking that Inter backline to, oh, lovely pass. Who is that? Dybala running through on goal. Ball over to the left-hand side to Fofana. Not Fofana, Wesley. I don't know if he has Fofana at the end of his name, but he is called Wesley. I think the pass was a little bit overhit from Dybala to Wesley. And it was a good midfield breaking pass from Cristante, I believe, to find Dybala in that position. Dybala has been quiet. There's a lack of striking presence for AS Roma. Dybala is playing more of a false nine role, dropping in to get a hold onto the ball. He's not the most physical lad when it comes to being a box presence, so you won't really expect him to be standing on the last man. Good cross into the box from Wesley, but no Roma player is able to get on the end of that. But it is the first opportunity for Roma to be dangerous. It's the first time they've actually looked dangerous. A good cross. Actually a good cross. To be honest, I think someone should have gotten on the end of it. Good cross from Wesley. Dybala couldn't get on the end of it, and Sula tried to get on the end of it and was not able to, unfortunately for him. Half an hour gone in the game. Inter still looking the dominant side. I believe he's offside. He wasn't offside. It's a throw-in for Roma. I thought he was offside. But yeah, 30 minutes into the game, Roma have looked lethargic at best. That's the best way I can describe Roma without being overly insulting. They have been lethargic at best, and Inter have looked the better team. But I think they are showing flashes of brilliance. Sule on the right-hand side. Sama comes to claim the ball. They've lacked an attacking threat that I don't know if they do have that attacking threat. I mean, to be honest, you know what? Let's have a look at their past games, Roma. Do they have that attacking threat? Last game, 2-1 win against Fiorentina, 1-0 loss to Lille, 2-0 win to Verona, 2-1 win to Nice, 1-0 win against Lazio. So you could kind of say Roma don't have that attacking firepower to put a lot of goals in the back of the net. I mean, their past games, you hardly see their past games they've hardly gone up 2 goals in their past games. So they do not have that firepower that you'd expect, or that you'd want, not expect, because there is nothing to expect. But I think they do have the quality. They might not have the firepower, but I think they do have the quality to generate that firepower. Roma looking to create something again. I think Kone, the French midfielder for Roma, has been very lackluster in terms of keeping possession. He has lost a lot of balls. He has misplaced a lot of passes, Kone. In the Roma midfield, thought that was going to Dumfries. He was in a good position. If he controlled that, he would have probably been through on goal. But yeah, I think the Roma midfield needs a change. I think if you're Gasperini, you're looking at Kone. He looks to be the one giving away a lot of possession in that Roma midfield. And you're looking at that thinking, because you look at the Inter midfield, players like Barella, Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan, they're not going to give you that opportunity to waste time on the ball, have that composure on the ball. Inter on the attack here. Dumfries attempts to put an early cross into the box. isn't able to do that. Roma, can they do something here? As the clock ticks ever closer to second half. Cristante, muscled off the ball by the Inter player. Quick free kick. Quick free kick. Roma still probing. Sula finding Cristante. Paulo Dybala. Lovely pass to Cristante. Sula on the right hand side. Is he attempting to put a cross in? I don't really see a lot of aerial targets for Roma to find a cross, and they do not. Passes the ball all the way back to the defense. They're going to start again. Hermoso. Mancini. Slowly probing. Again, still lacking that attacking threat to efficiently do something. Go track him back from Çalhanoğlu. Kone, lovely ball from that pass from Kone should have gone to Wesley earlier. I think if you're Gasperini, I'm gonna be real with you. If you're Gasperini, you're looking at Kone, the French midfielder for Roma, and you're thinking of subs. I think I'm trying to put myself in Gasperini's shoes because I think that pass from the goalkeeper to Kone as he controls it for Wesley. I keep saying Fofana. Wesley makes a darting run on the left hand side, and you're thinking if that's Barella, he's making that pass one time to put Wesley through in a good position. I mean, they don't really have a lot of midfield options. Excuse me. I think Baldanzi, maybe Baldanzi might do a better job. I mean, Kone again. I think I've gotten fixated on him, and I'm starting to notice he's making a lot more mistakes than I was even giving him credit for. Wesley attempts to give the ball to Dybala, and it's out for a goal kick. I think games are won and lost in the midfield, and Roma's midfielder Kone is making a crazy amount of mistakes, probably costly mistakes, to be honest, because Inter on the attack here. It's a 3v2. Mkhitaryan attempts to find Dumfries, but the pass a little bit light in terms of power and doesn't find Dumfries. Roma, can they hit on the attack here? Wesley, he's a flashy player. Wesley, quick on the turn. Kone again. Get this man off the field. Get this Frenchman off the field. He is costing you control in the midfield, Gasperini. I'm gonna be real with you. He seems very scared on the ball. His first touch is control. Decision making doesn't look the best. Wesley on the left hand side for Roma. Into the box. Doesn't do much with it. Barella dispossesses him. But as I was saying, midfield options for Roma, if you're looking to make a change, and I think you should be looking to make a change if you're Gasperini, because that midfield of Kone and Cristante, I think Cristante is doing his work for sure, but Kone is where I think there should be a little bit of question marks on him. And I think Baldanzi could cook. Baldanzi could do something, Not a lot of options. I will tell you that. It's not a lot of options for Roma in the midfield. But I think Baldanzi could do that. Hermoso muscling Martinez to the ground. No, not Hermoso, Mancini. Brother thinks he's playing UFC. He literally throws Martinez to the ground. Throw down. DeMarco, lovely control, lovely ball to Mkhitaryan. This could be two. DeMarco doesn't get on the end of it. DeMarco is another player I'm surprised hasn't moved to a Barcelona or Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. I'm not saying Inter is not a good team. Inter is a great team, but you know, just say. But like teams haven't even been in for him. You've never really heard teams being in for DeMarco. Like top teams, the Barcelos, the Madrids, the Bayerns. You know, you'd expect a player of his quality that they'd be in for him. That's a foul from the Roma player. Another muscle. They're doing a lot of throwing down of players here. Roma defenders. They're literally grabbing players by the scruff of the neck and throwing them down onto the turf, which is not what you want to see. Losing and getting yellow cards is definitely not what you want to see. But yeah, as we get closer and closer to the second half, I think the changes you would be looking at making if you are Gasparini is definitely Kone. I think Sula, the right winger, has been quiet, but I don't know if changing him is a good move. I mean, I would probably put the ball over there and bring Dovbyk on for Sula. But Sula has actually been Roma's best player in terms of the numbers. He has been their best player. So I don't know if it would be the best idea to sub off Sula, you know, and bring on someone else. But I personally would take off Sula, move Dybala to his position, and bring Dovbyk on as a striker, because I think they're lacking that attacking threats in the box, Roma. And I think they do need that if they want to get something from this game. Inter Milan just passing the ball around the back. But again, as we do approach the second half, or approach the end of the first half, if you do enjoy the watch along and you want to see more content like this, you want to see different content on this channel, you can do that by making sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on content. We're going to be producing more and more content, more analysis on players, you know, hidden gems, players unearthing some hidden gems, you know, that people are not really talking about, letting everyone know who they are, talking about some match reactions, stuff that's going on. We've got YouTube shorts, we've got watch alongs, we've got the whole lot. And if you don't want to miss out on those contents, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and also smash a like on the video. You know, it lets me know. It lets me know you guys are enjoying the content. It really does. Kone for Roma, and Sula loses the ball. He is also starting to dip, Sula. Is this Sule or Sula? Yes, I am actually looking to put a review of Barca versus Girona, but the painful thing for me in regard to that is I didn't watch the match. So I can't just, you know, put up a review of a match I haven't watched. I try my best not to do that because, you know, it would not be fair. It would not be a fair analysis of the match, especially seeing as the fact that I am a Real Madrid fan. So if I put a review of a Barcelona match where I haven't watched the match, it would be very biased. I would be very, very biased against Barcelona because I am a Real Madrid fan. So I do my best to try and watch the matches before I do reviews on them. But definitely, I am going to do a review on the match because I think there were some controversial decisions that went on in the match, or so I heard. So that's definitely on the list. Definitely on the list. I think a lot happened today, for me personally, but also in football-wise. A lot happened today. So I haven't really gotten the time to sit down and watch. Like, oh, wow, Kone. Very, very high foot from Kone on the Inter Milan player. And you'd be looking at a yellow card. I think that foot was very high from Kone. I think, yeah, Kone Kone for sure is definitely a player you'd be thinking of taking off if you're Gasparini. He's looking very, very not confident on the field. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. If I'm a manager and I'm having a midfielder, especially a midfielder, in a position where games are won and lost, ooh, that touches him as well. That actually touches him, Kone. He's lucky. He's lucky not to get a yellow card because he has a high foot, clips Martinez, and in the Premier League, you probably get a yellow card, probably a red card, to be honest, for that. But I think if you're Gasparini, Kone is definitely a player you'd be taking off because he doesn't look well versed in this game at all. Doesn't look well versed at all. I mean, look at him now. He's walking around. Yeah, he's not looking on it. I mean, he should be going into that space to ask for that ball. Yeah, I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Kone. Not liking what I'm seeing at all from him. My stats board. 1 minute of added time to second half. My stats board. My stats not looking good here. The ads, man, the ads. The bloody ads. The bloody ads. Give me a second here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. My prediction for the match, based on how. So I'm gonna give you my prediction for the match before the match kicked off, and now that I'm watching the match. So before the match kicked off, I kind of thought this was going to be a pretty equal game because looking at Roma before this game. So we're on at halftime. Let me just stop the timer here. Let me just stop the timer here before I continue my match reaction. So my match prediction before the match started was I thought it was going to be a close game. You know, Roma were going to give Inter a tough game. I mean, obviously, Inter were the favorites going into this game because they are doing better in the league this season. But going into this game, Roma were on top of Inter in terms of league position. And I think they're still kind of a little bit close in terms of points. So I was thinking this was going to be a close game. So I was thinking maybe if Inter are going to win it probably by 1 goal or it's going to be an equal game. But now that I'm watching the game and watching Roma play, I think I'm predicting an Inter win because I don't think Roma don't look ready for this game. They really don't. Attacking threat is missing. You know, it's all over the place for AS Roma. So if I'm going to predict, which Bargav, I hope I've gotten your name. I've probably just butchered your name, by the way. But if I'm going to predict, if as Bargav wants me to do, I'm predicting a Roma win because I'm looking at this and not Roma. Sorry, I'm predicting an Inter win, not a Roma win. I'm predicting an Inter win. So we're going to actually switch to FootMob in terms of the stats because I don't like how SofaScore be treating me. I don't like how SofaScore is treating me here. SofaScore is treating me like I owe them money. You're playing with me. So we're gonna switch to what's the name? FootMob here for our stats. 2-0 victory? Yeah, I think so. The only way I see Roma getting back into this game, I have said before, is a change to their midfield. A change to their midfield and a change to their attack. Because attacking threat-wise, they look very, very scarce in terms of Dybala is playing a false 9 position. He's not really up front. Sometimes Cristante goes for it, and Cristante is not really a striker. So you're kind of looking at that and thinking, there is no one to really attack the game for Roma. And then you look at midfield wise where the game is won and lost, and Kone has made so many mistakes. It's laughable. And if the second half starts and Kone is still playing the game, you've got to be questioning Gasperini. You've got to be questioning him, definitely. Because I'm watching the game. I don't know if y'all are watching the game. Let me just transition here to show the new stats that we'll be using from FOPMOP. Because, again, I don't like how... Okay, yeah, we're good. I don't like how SofaScore is treating me. They're treating me like I owe them some money, which I do not. Try to pay my debts. Try not to owe anyone money. It's not showing the stats well, I believe. Let me just go down a little bit. I think we good. Is we good? I think we is good. I think we is good. Let me just close this a little bit, just a tad bit. All right. Okay. Yeah. We good. Okay. So it's weird. This is a weird game, mainly because I think Roma probably should be taking this game a lot more seriously than you're taking it. Because as it stands at the moment, Roma could get top of the league if they win this game, which they don't seem interested in doing at all. Will I be live Liverpool versus Manchester United? Will you guys tune in for that? There's a lot of live streamers for Liverpool versus Manchester United, so I try not to, you gotta fish in a pond where there's no competition, as some might say. So I try not to fish in the pond where there's a lot of competition, in the sense that, people like Mark Goldbridge are going to be streaming that. People like, the United Stand are going to be streaming that. People like Lyles are going to be streaming. There's going to be a lot of big streamers doing the Liverpool versus Manchester United game. A lot of big channels doing it. So I try not to fish in a pond where there's a crazy amount of competition. But if you guys will tune in for that, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind doing that. I wouldn't mind it. When is the match actually tomorrow? Because tomorrow I'll be doing the Como versus Juventus match. Okay, Liverpool United is 3:30 p.m. at my end. Interesting. I might do it. You know what? I might just dip my toes into the arena of Premier League football, because I wanted to focus on Serie A football, because I think Serie A has gotten a lot of quality this season. In terms of players, in terms of squad quality, they've got a lot of quality, which makes the league more interesting. So I wanted to dip my toes into the Serie A landscape, and also do my scouting for the wants to watch episodes, to see more players that we can have a look at in the wants to watch episode, because we've done one Serie A player already in Nico Pass. So I want to scalp more, Serie A underrated players, hidden gems and stuff like that for the wants to watch series. So that's also another reason I want to do more Serie A watch alongs. But maybe I might dip my toes in the Premier League watch alongs as well, and see what's all about, and see the consumer reaction to that. But tomorrow we've got a watch along of Como Juventus, so we're definitely gonna be doing that. Hope I haven't missed anything. All right, I haven't. So Roma, I think Roma need to fix up going into the second half. They really, really do. Really need to fix up for sure. They need to get their stuff together, and I think the midfield is going to be key for them. What's your opinion on the Madrid Juve match? I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be very interesting. I don't know if I'm going to do a watch along for that. I was thinking about that actually because it's a team I support and a team from a league that I'm literally doing watch alongs for. So it's something I was thinking of doing a watch along for, but I think it's going to be an interesting match because Juve this season have looked very good in front of goal, and Madrid haven't had a lot of competition in terms of the teams we faced. And the one time Madrid actually faced a good team in Atletico Madrid, we got spanked. So I'm looking forward to see if Alonso has learned his lesson. I literally did a video on the channel basically saying, the match against Atletico is going to be a hard lesson for Alonso to learn. So I'm hoping he has learned. I'm hoping he has learned his lesson because it's going to be a tough match against Juve. And if we do go there without a plan and a mindset, it's gonna get scary because they can put balls in the back of the net. Juventus, they can definitely do that. They have shown countless times that they can put balls in the back of the net. So we'll have to be wary going into that match. I think it's an away game as well. Let me just confirm that. It is. Oh, no, not tomorrow. Monday. It's not a Tuesday game. It's a Wednesday game. It is okay. It's an away game for Juve. Still doesn't really matter. Champions League matches, especially in the group stages. I mean, league phase in this regard, don't really matter. Home matches, away matches. But it's definitely one of the matches I was looking forward to. Juventus versus Madrid, Liverpool versus Madrid. Who else do we have? Sure, we've got some pretty tough teams in the Champions League. But those two games were definitely games I was looking at to see our performance because I want to see how Madrid plays against some tough opponents. I really do. I think it's going to be very important to gauge where we are. You think it will be a draw? I mean, to be honest, I won't be surprised if it's a draw. I hope it's not a goalless draw. I hope there are goals involved, and it's a game with a lot of goals, and then it ends in a draw. It would be a good game for the neutrals in that sense, but I hope it's not a goalless draw, because that would be annoying. We need to show Madrid needs to show themselves up against the big teams. We need to put that fear factor back into big teams. We need to put that fear factor back into teams to know that we've got Mbappe. And I think I said this last season. Obviously I wasn't doing a lot of watch alongs and stuff last season, but I did say this to some people last season, like the Bournemouth Crystal Palace match. The Premier League. We'll go back to the Madrid, stuff later. But the Premier League today, really, absolutely brilliant. So much drama. That's why it's the best league in the world, to be honest. Nottingham Forest literally sacking Ange. I think the Nottingham Forest owner literally got up to go draft the sacking letter for Ange during the game. I think 2-0 down. When Forest were 2-0 down, the Nottingham Forest owner wasn't there. People were saying he went to draft the letter for Ange to get sacked. But Ange gets sacked right after the loss to Chelsea. Chelsea gets another red card. I don't know what Chelsea are doing in their training ground, whether they're playing UFC, training players to get red cards. I don't know. This is what, the third consecutive game or fourth consecutive game they've gotten a red card. It's so, yeah, it's something else. Brighton, Newcastle, the game was going. You kind of think Newcastle are going to be able to get a draw. Brighton somehow get 3 points from that game. Welbeck again with a brace. Crystal Palace, Bournemouth. It looks like Bournemouth win it in the end, and Mateta comes, gets a last minute penalty, a hat trick. I mean, so much drama. Erling Haaland brace today, showing why he's the best striker in the league. Sunderland beating Wolves. I think that's also a big result as well. I mean, Wolves, I don't know what has gone wrong with Wolves. Really, really don't. I mean, it's downhill for Wolves, and I don't think the excuse can be Mateus Cunha is not there. I don't think Mateus Cunha was that good to keep. I mean, Wolves did, they did finish in the bottom half last season, but even with Mateus Cunha, but I mean, it looks like they're going to be the ones going to relegation this season. Wolverhampton Wanderers. And I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know in the live chat as we wait for the players to come out and get onto the second half of the Roma versus Inter Milan game. There's a player in the tunnel who is a little bit. Oh, I thought something was wrong with him. I think that's Bonnie. Anyways, let me know in the live chat who you guys think is going to get relegated in the Premier League, because I mean, obviously Wolves are gonna get. I think Wolves are gonna get relegated. But the thing, actually, you know what? Before I do make my prediction, I mean, I don't think it would be fair to look at the Premier League table before I make my prediction. But I mean, Wolves 2 points from 8 is crazy. 2 points from 8 is absolutely crazy. They haven't won a game this season. That's insane. That's insane. The problem with the relegation in the Premier League is most teams that come from the bottom cannot maintain that consistency. They do get good games, don't get me wrong. The teams that come from the bottom can get good games, but the problem is, can you keep that consistency till the end of the season? Because we've seen situations where they've done well in terms of getting good results, but they're not able to keep that consistency and maintain that form onto the end of the season where it becomes important. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see the teams that get relegated this season. And I think I don't think all three teams are going to be able to stay up. I think Burnley might go, might join them, especially if Nottingham Forest gets a good manager, because I think Nottingham Forest have the quality to. Nottingham Forest have the quality of players to stay up in the league. So I think if Forest get a good manager that can keep them up in the league, I think relegation candidates are Wolverhampton Wanderers for me, Burnley, and I mean, West Ham are playing badly, to be honest. So I don't know if we're on the way in the second half. By the way, I just want to say that. But I don't know if West Ham are going to be that bad. With Nuno going there as well, I don't think West Ham are going to be that bad to get relegated. But it is interesting. It will be interesting to see. But we're on the way. We're on the way in the second half for the Roma versus Inter Milan game. Any changes? Let me just check that. I don't think there have been any changes, which is a surprise because I would have taken off Kone for Roma, but Gasperini doesn't think so. Doesn't think so. we actually on. Oh, we're actually going second for second with the game, which is interesting. Man United versus Liverpool prediction. I think it's gonna be a Liverpool win. I mean, actually, you know what? I could go against the grain here and say what a lovely flick from Lautaro Martinez. Beautiful football Inter Milan are playing. Lovely flick from Martinez to find DeMarco, but he isn't able to do much. He isn't able to do much with that. But United versus Liverpool prediction. Most people would say a Liverpool win, but history has shown us that Manchester United players, as inconsistent as they are, they do tend to show up when in matches like this. We saw that against Liverpool and Manchester City last season. So you never know. You never really know. I mean, Liverpool are a little bit shaky. They are a little bit shaky, but I think Manchester United. I'll go a draw. I think a draw is possible. I think a draw is very possible in a game like that. I really think so. So I'm gonna go a draw. It's kind of sitting on the fence, but I think both teams are a little bit shaky in terms of form. And I can't really go Liverpool because I think Manchester United could turn up and win. And I also don't want to go Manchester United because it's Manchester United. They can, excuse my French, they can fuck up anytime. I actually had an opportunity to say excuse my Italian. Missed opportunity. You never know. Roma passing the ball at the back. Nothing really going on here. That's a lot of possession. Oh, my stats board is gone. Why is my stats vanished? Why are we on players? Why? What's going on here? What is this? All these football sites playing with my sanity. They are playing with my sanity. Roma need to get an early equalizer if they want to make an impact in this game. As we are beginning the second half, I will reiterate, very difficult word sometimes. I will reiterate, if you are new to the channel and you do like the content, you like the watch alongs, you want to see more watch alongs, or you just want a new channel that can provide you some fresh content, new content. You know, we're trying new stuff with a series called Wants to Watch, where we do have a look at young upcoming prospects in the football world, probably unearthing some hidden gems out there that people are not talking about, and predict if they have the potential to make it to the big leagues. We do that on the channel. We do some football analysis, we do match reactions, and if you do want to get involved in some of these content, as Inter Milan on the attack here, hold on a minute, Bonnie, if you can square this to Lautaro, he doesn't, he goes himself. Oh, it's not Bonnie, it's Dumfries. I thought it was Bonnie. You kind of understand why he doesn't square it to Lautaro. He's looking for his goal. Dumfries, can he put a ball into the box? Horrible cross. But as I was saying before Dumfries rudely cut me off, if you do want to, get involved in these quality content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Turn on post notifications so that you do get notified when the content does go up. And also hit the like button because it does let me know that you guys are interested in the content. I do appreciate all the support on the channel. It's been crazy. It's been very crazy. Also, I didn't actually mention this. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the year ends. Yes, I know, hefty task. Very, very hefty task. But we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the year ends. And although it is a hefty task, I know it is a doable task with the lovely, lovely support of you lovely viewers. I know it's very, very possible. So if you enjoy the content and you do want to support, you can hit the subscribe button. Roma looking to make some changes. I see Dovbik, I see Zielinski. Hopefully, Kone is going to be one of the changes to come on. Sorry, to come off for. Oh, Roma in a good position. Dybala, I almost missed that. I was literally scratching my eye. Blinked for a second. And Dybala was in the 18-yard box. Was it Kone who gave the pass? Oh, my bad, Kone. My bad, Kone. I was literally slagging you off moments ago. And you're here providing beautiful passes to Dybala. And I think Sula was calling for the square ball from Dybala, but he didn't get it. Cross into the box for Roma. Good header down. Sommer with the save. Sula, can he put another cross in? He cannot. Gives that to Dybala. Edge of the box. Kone. That looked like a handball. It's going to be a corner at least. It's a handball, I think. Is the referee pointing to the spot, or it's a free kick? I think it's a free kick. Kone gets a hit. I don't know. It did hit Achorbi's hands, but it looked like it was a natural hand placement. He spinned around, and his hand was in a natural placement, I believe. And it did hit his hand. Very dicey handball. But it was a shot from Kone from distance that hits Achorbi. It's a corner. Not a goal kick, a free kick in a dangerous position where Dybala, I believe, can hurl a beauty of a ball if he still got it. You know, if he's still the Dybala of Juventus days, we should be expecting a curler of a free kick put into the box. Oh my God, I literally have to get up and go attend to something right now as Dybala is about to take this free kick. I might miss this free kick because I literally have to go attend to something right now. But let me know what happens in the free kick because I'm going to be gone for like a minute or two. So yeah, my apologies. I have returned. My goodness. Apologies for the silence. For the silence and vanishing. I'm, I'm literally out of breath. Quite literally out of breath. I had to run to go attend to the emergency and run back. So I'm literally out of breath. But I think from the scoreline still remaining 1-0, I can assume that Dybala didn't take the chance. I literally have to catch my breath. I'm out of breath here. I'm out of breath for you guys here. Y'all are taking my breath away. Pause. if that's necessary. Anyways, he shot the bottom left corner, but a save. Okay, well, that was. I appreciate that, Bargav. Shout out to Bargav in the chat for providing us the important updates. I appreciate it. But I believe the subs have come in for AS Roma. Let me confirm that. I can confirm that. So Pellegrini and what? Pellegrini and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So Pellegrini and Indica off for Zio. Wow, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. I'm just gonna Jan, the Polish defender, I believe. That's a Polish name. It is a Polish name. I was right. But I'm not gonna try and pronounce that. Jan Ziokowski. Damn. I'm not gonna try. I'm just gonna butcher his name. So Artem Dovbyk and Jan, the Polish defender, are on for Pellegrini and Indica. Still surprised that Kone is still on, but I think he's had a better second half. A better second half than he did a first half, I think, for Kone. But it's still, he's still in a watching brief. They're gonna watch him and see. But I think he's mainly on because they don't have a lot of options in the midfield. Because I looked at their bench, and the only solid midfielder I can say can do a job for Roma would be Baldanzi. Sule, good ball to Kone. Good ball to Dybala. Heavy touch. He's still on it. Can he shoot? He can. Side netting. For who? Turn your back. My guy? Cristante? Hermoso? 19? Who is 19? For 19 is... Who the hell is 19? 19? Who is number 19 for... Shelik. My goodness. I was confused. Like, who is 19 for Roma? Shelik. Good chance for Roma. I think they're slowly getting into the game, and it's still early in the second half. Good cross into the box! Dovbyk. I did say this. Dovbyk will add that attacking threat, and he has come on and had a gilt-edged opportunity. You'd expect him to score that. You'd expect Dovbyk to score that. Gilt-edged opportunity for Dovbyk to get the game level. And I did say this in the first half. Roma have lacked that scoring intent, that scoring threat that an out-and-out striker like Dovbyk can provide. Oh, mistake at the back for Roma. Almost led to an Inter opportunity. But I think Dovbyk on the field now has created that attacking, that box threat that Roma were lacking in the first half. Beautiful cross from Sula to switch the play to Wesley. He has been quiet, Wesley, as compared to the first half. And as soon as I say that, he skips past two players. I should probably be criticizing players more, because the players I've criticized have ended up playing very well. I criticized Kone in the first half, and he's ended up playing better. And as soon as I criticize Wesley, lovely hold up from Dovbyk. Oh, did well to me. I think that's what Roma have been missing. That attacking, that box threat has just been missing for Roma. Inter Milan making some changes. We have Frattesi coming on and Esposito. Interesting subs. So I believe that is Lautaro. Yeah, because Esposito is a striker. So Lautaro is going off and Çalhanoğlu is going off. So I think these are defensive changes. Frattesi is more of a defensive midfielder as compared to a Hakan Çalhanoğlu. So I think the Inter manager is going a little bit defensive because, I mean, he is away from home. Roma still do have that quality. I said this in the first half again. They might not have the attacking threat, but they do have the quality. Not better than Inter, obviously, but they do have enough quality to do something. Lovely hold up play from Esposito. Instant impact so far. Dumfries could have gone for it, I think. He did well to hesitate Wesley there. Could have gone for it, but I think he hesitated again. Bonnie, good spin, but Mancini is there. He is a physical lad, Bonnie. He is a physical lad. Throwing his body weight all around. I think Roma's bench is very, very, very not. I mean, the only player I can see bringing something different from the bench for Roma would be Leon Bailey. But how good is Leon Bailey now? You know, is he the Leon Bailey we saw at Aston Villa / Leverkusen? I don't think so. Evan Ferguson as well on the bench, but I don't think he's that good. Dovbig's. I mean, Dovbig's hold up play is brilliant. By the way, just by the way, Dovbig's hold up play is absolutely brilliant. He's a physical specimen as well. Dovbig. He can hold up the ball very well. Very, very strong striker. That's what you want. And if they can get the ball to him, I think he can be the difference maker here. Good cross into the box. No options to head Wesley from the left-hand side. Yeah, Kone has definitely played better. Kone has definitely played better this game. Sula, good opportunity, but not enough power on it to beat Sommer. Made a good run into the box, Sula, but doesn't get enough power on that to beat Sommer. Roma, they're getting into the game. They are. They're slowly getting into the game. They need to just create a little bit more chances, get the ball to Dovbik. I think with the little time he's been on the field, Dovbik, he has shown that he can bring that attacking threat to Roma. So if they can get the ball to him a lot more, I think he will be able to get that equalizer for Roma here. Inter started to, fall off a little bit, but it was expected. This is how I expected the first half to go. The way the second half is going now is how I expected the first half to go. So I'm not too surprised that Inter have slowed down the tempo a little bit. But as I say that, Esposito is on the left-hand side. He is dispossessed. And it's a throw-in for Roma. He's a young defender, Jan. The Polish defender. I'm still not gonna try and pronounce his name. Ziokowski, I think is how his name is pronounced. Ziokowski, like Lewandowski. Is Lewandowski or Lewandowski? Jesus Christ! I have to go back to learn how to pronounce these names. Let's just pronounce it Ziokowski. He's 20 years old, Polish defender. Maybe one to watch. He hasn't done anything for me to really watch him, but maybe he's got that potential. Oh my God! I just realized my timer has gone to 05, which is not what I wanted it to do. Which now makes me angry because why is my timer showing 05? Shouldn't be doing that. I might have to continue from. Come on now. What's going on here? Let's see if we can get it to. Cannot. Well, my timer has an issue now. Forgive me for that. There's an Inter player down. It's a free kick for Roma, but my timer has an issue now, which is not what I was expecting. Because I thought I had fixed this issue with the timer, but apparently not. This is weird. This is very weird. Now my mind is not even on the game. Still watching, still watching. Good shots by Barney over the bar. I don't know what's happening here with my timer. I wish I knew, because I definitely do not. Can I fix it now? I cannot. Why can't I fix it? Roma in the box. Wesley over the bar. They are getting chances, but they are not necessarily taking those chances. Um, so from what I've just realized, my timer stops at 59, like literally 59 minutes. Like 60 minutes is an hour. So, gosh. Well, that's unfortunate. We might have to continue the rest of the game without the timer. I'm gonna have to figure out this timer stuff out. To be very honest, I'm gonna have to figure it out. If you guys have any suggestions in the live chat, let me know. Cause I did this the last stream. We did 45, and I thought I figured it out here, but it goes to it starts from 45, but it stops at 59, which is not what we want. So forgive me, but we're gonna have to continue the rest of the stream without the timer because it's having issues. All right, sure, Bargav. Hope you have a nice rest of your day, whatever time it is at your place. Hope you have a nice rest of your day. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. Ziokowski gets a yellow card. The Polish defender, 20 years old, flies into a dangerous tackle and a deserved yellow card. You know what he's doing, flying into that tackle. But he did need to make that. He did need to make that. Interprobing. Esposito, what a shot! Almost. 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 Check OBS stream elements for timers. I will check that. I think I saw that on YouTube, but I didn't like the options that I was given, so didn't really resonate with me. But I'll definitely check that out. I think the ball was Bastoni, not Esposito. Bastoni who goes for the shot. I'll make sure to check OBS for the timers because I really need to get this timer issue sorted out. I really need to. because Leon Bailey is coming on. Might be a difference maker. Might be. Less than 20 minutes to go in normal time. Roma is still looking for that elusive equalizer, and Inter are looking to double your lead. Not hastily though, but they are looking for it. Again, if you do enjoy the watch alongs and you do want to see more content like this, we have a host, a plethora of content on the channel. If you do not want to miss out on such quality content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell post notification so that you do not miss out on any content. And also, like button as well. Helps me know y'all are interested in the content. Roma attacking on the right-hand side, having to be pushed back by Inter. But they're still probing, looking for that elusive equalizer. Keep in mind, again, a draw in this match. Kone still driving. Kone, ball into the box, handball. Even if they tried to score, that would have been a handball. But Kone has had a renaissance. He has had a renaissance, Kone. Bargraf, absolutely loved your comments, loved your support on the stream, and I appreciate the fact that you did love the stream. Appreciate it. Very, very much. Very, very much. But as I was saying, Kone has had a renaissance in this game. He has looked very, very good. Dybala is being taken off, and I believe Hermoso as well. Dybala and Hermoso are off. For Baldanzi, as I mentioned earlier, and Leon Bailey. So I think maybe Gasperini is looking to put crosses into the box, because I think Dovbyk could do with some good crosses into the box. I think Kone has done very well. Honestly, Kone has had a maybe I did judge him a bit too earlier. Maybe I did, because he has been a breath of fresh air, a different player, some might say, in the second half for Roma. He really has. Maybe one to watch. Maybe. Is that a foul? It's not a foul for Roma on Dovbyk. Hey, Jan Poklowski, don't know how to pronounce his name. Not Polowski. He's not even Po. It's not even a P. It's a Z. Jesus Christ, Anarchy. What am I doing? What are you doing? Ziokolski. He's on a yellow card and he's flying into tackles. He's on a yellow card and flying studs first into tackles. It's not what you want to see if you're Gasperini, especially in a position like this. Oh, Inter winning the ball in a good position. Dumfries, he's still on it. Can he find someone in the 18-yard box? He cannot. Kone, again, he's going forward, loses the ball. Can he hold on to it? He cannot. Players just flying on the ground everywhere, left, right, center. From Inter players to Roma players, everyone's just on the ground. Quarter of an hour to go. Roma need an equalizer. As we mentioned earlier, if they get an equalizer, they can go top of the league with 16 points. Oh, Leon Bailey. Wow. Lovely. If Roma get a goal from this, Leon Bailey basically skipped past 2, 3, 4 players before he laid the ball off to, I keep saying Fofana, to Wesley on the left-hand side, who doesn't deliver a good crossing. I think what Roma need to do now is put crosses into the box. and try and get Dovbik at the end of it because he's a massive lad with good hold up play. Hey, come on now. DeMarco is just holding on to Sula. Advantage for Roma. Quickly taking free kick. There's still time. I think there's a shock, a last pull of the, what's that expression called? The last pull of something. I've forgotten what it's called. Because Inter have packed their back line, which I did say they would do in the first half once they realized they couldn't get that second goal. I did say Inter were going to pack that back line with players because they can't do that with the system they play. They can't pack their back with players. And they're starting to do that, Inter, because I think they've noticed that that second goal isn't going to come. And if it's going to come, it's not going to come easily. Roma just need one important move to make, and I think they can get themselves something in this game because time is ticking. Time is ticking. Anytime Inter are in possession of the ball, you can see they're in no rush to go anywhere. They're just passing the ball around, tapping the ball around, not really rushing to move the ball forward. And it is understandable. They are away from home. Clearance from Inter. There's still a lot of time. I don't know if Inter's best strategy is to park the bus because there is still a lot of time. Not too much, but there is still a good amount of time for Roma to do something. Yeah, because see, Inter players are getting a lot more yellow cards for tackles, pulling of shirts, stuff like that. So they are starting to kill the game a little bit, Inter. But I think maybe they've started it too early, you know? Maybe it's around this time you'd expect them to start it. But Sula is coming off for Roma, and who is that? Evan Ferguson. Wow. It's a chance to see what the Irish striker can do, the Irish forward. Let's see what he can do. Imagine he comes on and scores a goal. Good opportunity to put a ball into the box. Wesley is on. No, Wesley is not on it. Leon Bailey is on it. Good cross into the box. He was looking for Ferguson. Doesn't find him. Hey, come on now. Again, Inter trying to kill the game off. Roma, a little bit of argument with the ref, Baldanzi, and again, literally, Roma have literally taken two. They have a free kick. So Roma had a free kick. They tried to take it quickly twice, and the ref was like, "No, no, 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 we're not having any of that. Stop that right now." So they literally took the free kick quickly twice, and the referee was having none of that. Leon Bailey puts a horrendous cross into the box. Wesley attempts his cross into the box. Doesn't get to anyone. Baldanzi chasing DeMarco. Doesn't get it. Can Dumfries get on the end of that? He cannot. He doesn't want to because it's an Inter throw-in. 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. Inter making some more subs. Zielinski coming on. Carlos coming on for Inter. Barella going off. And DeMarco as well joining him. I think it's more of fresh legs. I think he's the Inter manager is thinking of fresh legs just to Zielinski and Carlos Augusto. I was like, Carlos, who the hell is Carlos? Carlos Augusto, yeah. So more defensive solidity for Inter Milan. More defensive solidity for Inter Milan coming onto the field. And you can kind of understand that from the Inter manager. He's just looking to add some fresh legs onto the field to, prevent any lethargic activities on the field. Roma, I think, have been disappointing in terms of having an attacking threat. I think if Dovbik started his game, they probably would have had a better chance. Kone has definitely stepped up his game. I will tell you that for free. Kone in the first half was not looking like a player that would make it to the second half in terms of how he was playing. But Kone in the second half, probably Roma's best player. I mean, who would your man of the match be, actually? Who would your man of the match be in this game so far? I think it would be different. It would be difficult, but I think Barella. I think Barella is up there for me because he was making a lot of interceptions. First half, second half, he's a midfielder with an engine that can definitely run a game, and I think he did that in the first half, and also a little bit in the second half. So I think Barella is up there. I don't think Bonnie played well enough to take man of the match. Obviously, he's not going to be any Roma player. I think Martinez was a little bit quiet. DeMarco a little bit, but I don't think he did enough. I think Barella, man of the match for me. I think he controlled the midfield well enough for me to even think a player like Kone was playing badly, which doesn't look to be the case this second half. Kone has improved, and I think the Inter manager probably saw that and added to his decision to sub off Barella. But the game is inching closer to an end, and Roma still look like they can't buy a goal. Roma still look like they couldn't buy a goal if it was offered to them in a flea market. Horrible analogy. Inter on the right hand side, they just allowed him to get into the box. And I think it was Mkhitaryan. But I want to know who was allowed to just stroll into the box, basically. Zielinski, I think, was basically allowed to stroll into the box, and Mkhitaryan hits the post. So he wasn't far. He was on target. Zielinski just allowed to stroll into the box by the Roma defense and gets a pass off to Mkhitaryan, who does well to get the shot on target, actually. Inter again. Is that a foul? It's not a foul. Baldanzi, Wesley. Can they string a couple of good passes together? As soon as I say that, they lose the ball. Inter. Slowly probing. They're not in any rush. Lovely ball to Esposito. Can he find a cross into the box? There are two players there. Oh, lovely from Esposito. He's still on it. That's not a penalty. And he gets a corner. Brilliantly. Brilliantly done from Esposito. Forces Yokoski to make a defensive error, and he gets a corner from that. Did well. Almost skinned Ziolkowski. Almost skinned him. Two youngish players, going at it on the left-hand side. But 5 minutes to go, Inter have a corner, and you would think if they get a goal from this corner, you would think it's game over. Cross into the box. No one gets on the end of it. Oh, but it's recycled back into the box. Akanji! Too much. Hey. Roma still looking for that elusive equalizer. Taking their time to slowly pass the ball around in the box. Edge of the box. Doesn't try the shot. He's offside. Baldanzi in an offside position. A referee. I think Baldanzi was offside. Oh. Took the referee ages to blow the whistle for the offside. For something that looked very clearly offside. Baldanzi was in acres of offside position. And the referee kind of just, it was like, let's just wait a little bit. But he does blow the offside whistle eventually. Game inching closer to an end here. I'm not sensing a Roma equalizer. It would be very, very nice to have a Roma equalizer, but I'm not sensing it. I think I'm sensing more of an Inter second goal as compared to a Roma equalizer, but you never know. Something special could happen. Kone. Baldanzi cross into the box. Dovbik. He's still in control of it. Dovbik. Straight forward shot to Sommer. Inter is still very much taking their time. As you'd expect. You'd be surprised if Inter were doing much when it came to, you know. Free kick for Roma, I believe, on the edge of the box. A minute to go of normal time. As we approach the end of this game, if you are watching new to the channel and you do want to get some more, you do enjoy the content actually, and you do want to go, oh, wow. Cristante, I believe, or Mancini. It was Cristante. Very, very close to getting the ball on target. But as I was saying, if you're new to the channel and you do want to get more, what am I saying? Jesus Christ, I can't get my words out. All right. If you're watching this and you're new to the channel and you do enjoy the content and you want to get more quality content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Turn on post notifications, 5 minutes of added time to go. And hit a like on the video. It lets me know that you guys do enjoy the videos. Okay. Wow. Foul for Roma, foul for Inter, foul for Roma. Confusion. Confusion everywhere. Speculative shot from Evan Ferguson. Was never going anywhere, but he might as well try. He might as well try. So, as the table stands at the moment, if nothing crazy happens in the game, as the table stands at the moment, Inter 15 points, Napoli in second 15 points, Roma in third 15 points. You see why this game is should have been a must win or at least a draw for Roma if they could, because they have 15 points at the moment with this loss, which keeps them level with Napoli, Inter, and 2 points ahead of Milan. And they could have gone 3 points ahead of Inter. No, they could have gone more than 3 points ahead of Inter, 3 points ahead of Napoli, and they could have given themselves a good advantage ahead of Milan or behind Milan if they were to win this game. So it's kind of a disappointing loss if Roma do lose this game. 3 minutes to go. We have seen crazier stuff happen in football. We have seen them. We have seen them. Very, very much so. Um, Ball over the top for Roma. Still nothing. Still nothing. How many minutes? 93 minutes gone. 2 minutes of added time remaining. So it was 90 plus 5, and we've had 3 minutes of that remaining. Apologies that the timer isn't active. We had issues with that. We had issues with that as the game was going on. So apologies that the timer isn't available. But we have 94 minutes now, so 1 more minute to go. And it's really looking like Inter are not Inter. It's really looking like Roma are not going to be going away with anything in this game, and Inter are going to be taking all 3 points, which is going to be a bummer for Roma, because as I said, if they won this game or drew this game, they would have been top of the league. And looking at the position they came from going into this game, where they were ahead of Inter, they will feel very, very disappointed. Extremely disappointed, some might say. Just realized something, actually. Maybe this is why. And I think it's not it. All right, 95 minute, but that's it. The referee blows the whistle. 1-0 to Inter Milan. Kind of expected a little bit more. Kind of expected a little bit more from AS Roma, but I think they lacked that attacking threat. And this is an Inter Milan team without Marcus Thuram. Bonnie came in, did really well, and was able to get the 3 points for Inter Milan. I think my man of the match, as I said earlier, will be Barella, because I think he controlled the midfield. He made Roma's midfield look very bad, and yeah, it was, I think, a very good result for Inter, as I said, because it takes them very high up in the league. Not very high up, but it takes them up in the league, and Roma will feel, again, disappointed, because coming into this game, they were ahead of Inter, but unfortunately, they were not able to capitalize on that crucial position that they found themselves in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the kind words. And thank you for all the support. I do appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next stream, which is tomorrow. Como versus Juventus. We're going to be here. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there.